piece of paper? Oh, do it. See you in hand. You got some, James?
Let the record show it is 5:19. Call to order the special meeting of the Durant City Council of June the 21st, 2018. Paul, would you lead us in an invocation, please? And then, Chief, would you lead us in a pledge as we stand?
Father, we just thank you for this day and just ask that you be with us in this meeting, that you would guide and direct us as we discuss these matters that affect the citizens of our city. We just ask that you continue to bless our city and just guide us and direct us as we move forward. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Direct your attention to the flag salute. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, the clerk will call the roll, please.
Councilmember Groby?
Here.
Councilmember Dills?
Here.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Here.
Vice Mayor Hitchcock is absent,
For
but
the-
he is en route.
Yes, for the record, he is en route and will be here shortly.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Here. For the record, we do have a quorum. Vice Mayor is on his way and has been advised that we're going to go ahead and start, and then he'll show up here in a little bit. Our first order of business, and it's going to involve some discussion here. Ms. Becca Collins, I'm going to read that, Becca, for the record. 2017 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, Economic Development Infrastructure Finance Grant Award, 17166, CDBG ED 87, for water and wastewater infrastructure improvements, C-2018-17, benefiting Steel Fab Inc. facility to create new jobs at 446 Country Club Road.
Hi, good afternoon. We do have a lot of items to cover, and I would like to talk fast, but in order to make sure that we have everything completed correctly, I need to go through it thoroughly. The first item, Mayor, do you want to read that? Sue?
And this will be under item 1, number 1. Consideration to approve easements necessary for the water and wastewater utility infrastructure improvements serving the Steel Fab Inc. project related to 17166 CDBG-ED 87 C-2018-17. And just for the record, Tom, is that the utility easement that we'll have for reference? Is that what will be this
Correct.
item 1.1 is about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
You have a
that's
handout from the city attorney. Go ahead.
Okay. And Tom and I had a conversation a few minutes ago. Actually, Steel Fab needs to execute this document. So my recommendation for a motion is that if you approve, that it is contingent upon the full execution from Steel Fab. And Tom, I just took a quick glance. Is the word permanent in here on permanent easement?
I believe it's perpetual. I think I gave everybody else my copies, but, yeah, it's in the very first paragraph. It's
Okay.
perpetual.
Okay.
And that's consistent language with easements the utility easements that the city is typically
Yeah,
granted.
and you would know that. I'm sorry? Oh. So if this is for the water and wastewater utility improvements, so if you do approve, please make it contingent upon Steel Fab's fully execution.
Questions for Becca or Tom regarding the utility easement recommendation? And I guess they will execute, when you say execute, will they, okay, they'll execute this document. Is that
Correct.
correct?
That's right, Mr. Mayor. That is, they own the property, and so they are granting back to the city a strip of property for utility easement. So it's something that Steel Fab will need to execute.
Okay.
Motion to approve the utility easement contingent upon full execution of the easement by Steel Fab Texas, Inc.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion?
And will that be written where it does say contingent, Cindy?
Yes.
Okay.
The motion reflects contingent upon. Any further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby? Aye. Councilmember Dills?
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Aye, motion carries. Takes us to item number 1-2. Consideration to approve modification for the statement of compliance to ensure compliance with specific grant award conditions relating to 17166 CDBG-ED 87 for the Steel Fab Inc. project. Becca?
And this is the document that I presented in May, and it had a regular council meeting on, or special need to be regular, and now we're back to special, so I did change it. However, since the easement document is not completely executed, we still need to, I guess, approve this contingent upon the easements being fully executed, because that's one of the items listed in the statement of compliance, that we have all of the easements.
So, City Attorney, you have a recommendation like for the motion to, or some suggestion on how to reference the motion?
I think same language. You could approve item 1, 2, contingent upon the execution of the easements from 1-1.
Okay.
I'll move to approve. Not sure I can hear myself.
Motion.
I'll move to approve the statement of compliance contingent upon execution by Steel Fab Inc. of the previous motion on the utility easement.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby? Aye. Councilmember Dills?
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Aye, motion carries. Item now number agenda item number 1-3 is consideration to accept a quarter-cent economic development sales tax funds pending approved specified allocation by the Durant Industrial Authority to be contributed towards the water and wastewater utility infrastructure improvements serving the Steel Fab Inc. project related to 17166 CDBG-ED 87 C-2018-17. Becca?
And with the approval of these funds yesterday in the DIA meeting, it is now my request for you to accept those funds so that we can move forward with the construction.
Okay. We have Paul Bunce here too, the interim director, DIA, Durant Industrial Authority Director. If anyone has any questions And Paul, you just might FYI the council members, if you would, please.
Yes, the authority did approve actually $211,000, which includes $151,000 for the project, $30,000 for contingency, another $30,000 for temporary sewer tanks to be installed at Steel Fab. This project will not be finished in time for them to be in operation end of July, so there's additional $30,000 for that, so a total of $211,000.
How much?
211,000. 150,000, 151,000 for the water wastewater lift station project, 30,000 for contingency, 30,000 for the temporary sewer tanks.
Which will allow them to go ahead and open,
It's separate from the CDBG.
yeah, while construction or the laying of the water and wastewater lines are,
Right. It was
Going
included
on.
in the authority's motion, but it's separate from the CDBG project.
right.
So with this motion, are we approving the 180 or the 211? 211?
I would request a 211 if you want to make two motions or whatever, but we need the 30,000 for the temporary tanks as well in order for the project to move forward.
If you could include maybe that in the motion, that is.
You just separate out in the motion, it'd be fine. Be 151,000 for the CDBG bid project, 30,000 for additional contingency, 30,000 for the temporary sewer tank. 211,000.
And again, the DIA considered and approved that yesterday.
Yes.
Any other questions for Becca or Paul regarding item 1.3?
So this is just for the amount. The next one will be the RFAP. Correct.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second. We-
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the, I don't know if I want to restate all this, the 151,000 for the CDBG, 30,000 for the storage tank, and 30,000 for the contingency, a total of 211,000.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby? Aye. Councilmember Dills?
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Aye, motion carries. Item 1.4, consideration to approve the revised RFAP 2018-149 construction, or CONST, for the record, originally approved May the 8th, 2018, with revision to include additional funds from the 1/4 cent Economic Development Sales Tax Funds, pending approved specified allocation by the Durant Industrial Authority related to 17166 CDBG-ED 87 C-2018-17. Becca, do you have anything to add to that?
The increased amount on the RFAP does include the 108, now I've got 180,000. Is that, I guess with your contingency? Yes, okay. For a total project of $1,062,715.
So we're approving both amounts, the 1 million and then 211?
What, yes, that would, the 882,715 is what we have in, for construction in the grant, and then adding in this additional 180,000 is what we're revising this to.
Not the 211? That doesn't have to be included?
That's correct.
Okay. So what's on here is actually correct then?
Yes.
Okay. I'll move to approve.
Motion
Second.
and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby? Aye. Councilmember Dills?
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Aye, motion carries. Item number 1.5, consideration to award or reject construction bid number 2018-149, contract number 1 for lift station related to the Steel Fab Inc. project to contractor identified in the competitive bid process contingent upon achieving release of funds for the 17166 CDBG ED 87 C-2018-17, completion of all grant requirements and legal counsel approval.
The document that I just gave you is what is provided by the engineer. The bids were open on June the 7th, and there were some unknowns at the time of our council packets being prepared, so I did not have this document uploaded. I do have confirmation from Commerce today that if you approve for the recommended bidders, that we can, that you can make a motion contingent upon the release of funds and all grant requirements along with legal review being completed. There are two bids involved with the steel fab. One is the lift station, which is the first item that we have at number 5. The Sooner Site Utility Company in Oklahoma City is the low bidder at $318,000, and I have checked the DeBard list. That company, they're okay for us to move forward with a bid award as long as we state that it is contingent upon the items listed in number 5.
So, okay. And number 5, is there one bid to consider or two?
Yes, number 5 is the bid for the lift station. That's the contract number 1 that was identified in the bid proposal.
And that is who, again?
That is Sooner Site Utility.
Okay.
I think it's company. Sooner Site Utility, yes.
Got one more after this, or 2 more.
Okay. You've heard Becca and the recommendation. You're saying a contingency, contingent upon here also?
Yes, sir. And I will say that this amount, the $318,000, is included in the RFAP that you just approved. Yes, it needs to be, the motion needs to, you need to approve the bid contingent upon achieving release of funds, completion of all grant requirements, and legal counsel approval.
What was that second one?
Completion of all grant requirements.
Actually, the last sentence of that.
Yes.
Just about
Mm-hmm.
is
You could say it just.
would
yeah.
need to be in the motion.
I'll make a motion to approve Sooner Site Utilities, contingent upon all grant requirements being met and legal counsel approval. Oh,
Second.
also, and contingent of release of funds.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby? Aye. Councilmember Dills?
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hitchcock?
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Aye, motion carries. Takes us to item number 16. Consideration to award or reject construction bid number 2018-149, contract number 2 for water and sewer lines related to the Steel Fab Inc. project to contractor identified in the competitive bid process contingent upon achieving release of funds for 17166 CDBG-ED 87 C-2018-17, completion of all grant requirements and legal counsel approval.
Okay, and the second contract, second bid, that was specific for the water and sewer lines. The engineer identified W. Brown Enterprises as the low bidder, and I just noticed in Brandon's letter of recommendation, his dollar amount that he has for W. Brown is $914,484, and on the bid tab, it is $915,484.
Where does Brandon reference that at?
On the front, in the front
Okay, yeah, I
excuse
see
me,
it.
top paragraph of the front
I
page.
see it now, yeah.
So,
You think that's a typo? somewhere
yes,
there?
I do.
So the 915 would be the correct number?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody following that?
So I guess put that dollar amount in the motion.
Becca, does that mean that it's short, that we still will owe money? Is that money we'll have to pay, or is that part of the grant? You're over budget.
Well,
$151,000.
that's what the quarter-cent sales tax money is being applied, or it's applied to the project. And then we just modified the RFAP to include the additional $180,000.
The item number 1, 3, and 4 that we just considered with the quarter cent, the DIA voted to utilize Fund 010, the quarter cent economic development monies to, what's the word I'm looking for, to supplement the bids being more than the grant's going to be, if that makes sense.
Supplement, yes, the budget. Does that answer your question?
Well, kind of, it said to contribute to additional funding and authorize city labor. Is that a separate thing?
No, that was some options that they had considered because it was over budget, but because now DIA is contributing the quarter-cent sales tax, we can move forward with the two amounts that were bid and not have to utilize city labor. Okay?
Hey, Odin, sorry, your mic's not on.
Sorry?
Your mic's not on.
It is now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cindy was just going, hey, her mic's not on.
I'm over here going,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Okay, I think for the record, this probably would need to include that dollar amount.
Mm-hmm. And then contingent then upon all the other items listed.
I'll move to approve award of bid to W. Brown Enterprises for the amount of $915,484, contingent upon achieving release of funds, completion of all grant requirements, and legal approval.
Motion
Second.
and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby,
Aye.
Councilmember Dills,
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hitchcock,
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 17, consideration, hang on. Consideration to award construction contract C-2018-33 for the lift station relating to 17166 CDBG-ED 87 C-2018-17 to contractor identified in the competitive bid number 2018-149 process for contract number 1, contingent upon completion of all contract and grant requirements with legal counsel approval.
In order to expedite the project, I'm requesting that this be done within the motion. And I talked to Tom with the council giving the mayor the authority to sign the contract documents once they are ready. I know by the time we reach the point to award the contract at number 7 and number 8, we will have achieved the release of funds, but I mean, the bids will have to come first, so I don't know if we need to say contingent upon release of funds as well, but to me, that's grant requirements. That's kind of all-inclusive. What do you think, Tom?
I think it's fine just leaving the grant requirement since that is a grant
Okay.
requirement, that
Okay.
comprehensive.
So this, number 7, would be for the lift station that you just approved the bid at number 5.
To award the construction contract.
Yes, contingent upon all those items
Yeah.
and include in that motion for the mayor to sign the contract documents once they are completely approved by legal counsel.
Any questions for Becca or for Tom? If not, entertain a motion.
Move to approve the construction contract C-2018-33, contingent upon completion of all contract and grant requirements with legal counsel approval, and give the mayor authority to sign once that's been completed.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby,
Aye.
Councilmember Dills,
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hitchcock,
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 1-8. Excuse me. Consideration to award construction contract C-2018-34 for the water and sewer lines relating to 17166 CDBG-ED 87 C-2018-17 to the contractor identified in the competitive bid number 2018-149 process for contract number 2, contingent upon completion of all contract and grant requirements with legal counsel approval. And does that need the additional language of mayor to sign?
Yes, sir.
Same thing.
Yes. And I just thought of this. Should we have mentioned the actual contractor in this motion for number 7 and 8?
I don't think it's necessary in the motion. It's in the packet itself. It's in the agenda item that was the company's the agenda.
Yeah, we've referenced them.
I was going to ask that, but it says contractor identified in the competitive bidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it references the
Contract number. which
yeah,
we did-
I
okay.
think that's fine.
I'll move to approve the award of the construction contract C-2018-34, contingent upon completion of all grant and contract requirements with legal counsel approval, and give the mayor authority to sign once all completed.
Second.
Have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby,
Aye.
Councilmember Dills,
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hitchcock,
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson.
Aye, motion carries. Takes us to item now number 2. And that is to consider to accept donated match funds in the amount of $9,640 from the Durant Trails and Open Space, a local community partner, to be utilized specifically towards the cash match requirement for the 2016 Transportation Alternative Project, TAP, Rails to Trails Phase 1 Grant Award, TAPS-2983-004, TP State Job Number 32983, parentheses 04, from the Oklahoma Department of Transportation in the amount of $396,630, C-2017-25.
Okay, now something that's a little bit more lighthearted than all that stuff we just went through. The Rails to Trails project is moving forward with design, and our required 20% match was $29,640 for the grant of $396,630. And the Durant Trails and Open Spaces has provided $20,000 of that, and they are paying the balance of what was left of the $9,640, and they are prepared to donate that, I guess, in the next few days, right? 5:30. Yeah. And so I don't know if Derek, if you want to say anything, but without this group, we would not have been able to move forward with this project, so we really appreciate them.
Move to approve.
Second.
Didn't have to twist our arm.
Give us money.
Yeah.
We have a motion, we have a second. Council members wish to have any discussion or say anything?
Appreciate it. I'm amazed that so many people are willing to go out there and put a lot of time and effort. I know raising money is not a desirable thing or a fun thing, but you guys do it, and it's amazing what you've been able to accomplish.
Echo Councilman Hawthorne's comments, and just, yeah, on behalf of the city, thank you and your time and efforts of all of you guys and gals that put that time and effort into that. Thank you so much, and we look forward to the fruition of the project. Clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby?
Aye.
Councilmember Dills?
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hitchcock?
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Becca, and thank you guys again. Item number 3 will require no action this evening. We'll probably have that on our next regular agenda. So we'll just take no action this evening upon the recommendation of Mr. Buckley and the city manager. Takes us to item number 4, consider executive session to discuss hiring of city treasurer. This executive session authorized by Title 25, Section 307B1 of the Oklahoma State Statutes. Do we have a motion?
Move to enter into executive session.
Motion and a second to enter into executive session. The clerk will record the vote, please.
Councilmember Groby?
Aye.
Councilmember Dills?
Aye.
Councilmember Hawthorne?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Hitchcock?
Aye.
Mayor Tomlinson?
Aye, motion carries. We are going to enter into executive session. We're going to be, are we going to, what time do we expect folks to be here? 6. At 6, okay.